What is good, Ninja? OG over here from NewsEssence, and welcome to another NewsEssence video. Today we have some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So there is a user by the name of PixelPar on Twitter. This dude was one of the guys who uncovered the information about Pokemon and the localization and how the game could launch in 2018. And this dude is back at it again with some more information when it comes to Monolith Soft's new title. Some of this stuff I've been researching myself, and I was off just by one game when it came to the engine that Monolith Soft wanted to use. So let's go ahead and get into this information here first, and then I'll talk about it in terms of my thoughts. So here's what he has to say on Twitter, and remember, this is PixelPar. So he says, here's everything I could scrape together on Monolith Soft's new project. It's a medieval fantasy action game, and that's based off of the artwork that they've released and kind of what they've already said when it comes to job descriptions, character leveling system, quest-based missions, towns where you can pick up NPC quests, dungeons. Unreal Engine 4 is likely, and I want to talk about that, and seeking staff with online and social game experience, and that also came from a job listing as well. So there's a lot of great information in this. A lot of this stuff I've been researching myself. I actually made a video about this back when at least when they first talked about it, or their new game, and they showed off that piece of artwork. So a lot of people were thinking, hey, well, maybe this is like a Xenoblade Chronicles X style of game, or a sequel to that one, or something like that. But I would say no, it's a medieval fantasy based on what they've released. Now, maybe it transforms into that. Maybe there's something, or there's a reason why, but it looks like it's going to be a brand new IP based on the information that we do have here. And it looks like they want to take, or they want to step up the online play, the type of social connections based on that information, because they are looking for developers who have experience with online play, who have experience with social, and being able to connect with other players online easily and fast in terms of an RPG, class-based leveling, that type of system. Some people were thinking that it's going to be some style of MMO, which I guess could be out there, but I'm not really sure if they're going to do that. I'm thinking that it would be more of like co-op quests, if it's more in line with the traditional RPG, because I'm not sure if Nintendo wants to be charging people for that style of game, MMO. I mean, they could not charge, but I'm not sure how profitable that would be if you consider what an MMO consists of in terms of constant updates, expansions, and packs, and things like that. But we'll have to wait on that one. I personally feel that it's going to be a brand new IP. Now let's talk about the Unreal Engine 4, because if you watch some of my older videos when it came to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, before we figured out that the game was actually running on a modified version of the Wii U engine, so they just ported that one over to the Nintendo Switch, I actually thought that this game, in terms of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, was going to be Unreal Engine 4. Based on some of the listings, based on things that Monolith Soft has said in the past, I thought that they were going to use Unreal Engine 4 in order to get it out as fast as they did, because Unreal Engine 4, you don't have to create it from scratch. A lot of the development tools are already in there. There's already stuff in there to make Unreal Engine 4 great for developers who just want to have a base and just want to go ahead and start getting into that. They don't have to create everything like Xenoblade Chronicles X, and that's the reason why that game took so long to come out. They had to literally create everything from scratch with that game. So I did feel that they were going to use it for that, but they ended up just using the Wii U engine ported over. But now that it seems like they're going to use this one, and based on some of the job listings and what they're looking for, I think Unreal Engine 4 could be that engine for them, so they don't have to create something brand new. And on top of that, Nintendo has already said that their developers have mastered Unreal Engine 4. Well, Shigeru Miyamoto said that. We've already seen one Nintendo game already confirmed to be using Unreal Engine 4 when it comes to Yoshi. And if you remember, Yoshi was one of those games that also had issues on the Wii U when it came to the engine that they were using and what they were doing there. So maybe Good Feel and the people who were developing this game did not want to run into the same problems when it came to just porting over the engine, or when it comes to anything like that. So they just said, skip it. Let's just use Unreal Engine 4 so we can get our game out when we want to launch it on time and not have all the issues, because Yoshi's Woolly World went through some trouble there. As you can see, they just said, skip that. We're just going to use Unreal Engine 4. Much easier for us to get this game out on time, so we're not sitting here and waiting around when it comes to it. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles X was in the same situation. It was showed off in 2013, just like Yoshi was, and was delayed all the way, you know, and was delayed for quite some time. So I do think that, yeah, they want to make sure that they have the tools there, they have everything ready, and Unreal Engine 4 would be a good fit for that. I think that the game could definitely look a lot better than what Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looked, and could perform better too, especially if they're going to target something like 720p, 30 frames per second. If they're going to target that, they can probably even bump that up. And even if they did target 720p 30, it would definitely look better in terms of what they can do than what they did with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, even though that game looks amazing. So I'm excited to see what Monolith Soft has next for us. They're right up there as one of my favorite developers. I absolutely love them, and I think that whatever they create whatever their next game is, even just based on this stuff here, it's going to be amazing. They've proven themselves over and over. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was a hit success, selling over 1 million copies on the Nintendo Switch in 1 month. In 1 month, it sold that, and that's absolutely phenomenal for that style of game. So I'm proud of them, and I'm happy they were able to have this success, and I think that that success is going to lead to them to make bigger and better projects like this one, have online play, and to have in other things, or to have social connections in there. And I know Monolith Soft is an ambitious studio. They want to make bigger and better games, and I think that this is the first step in terms of making that true Nintendo Switch title out there, really dedicated and focused on that. So what do you guys think about this brand new potential game from Monolith Soft in terms of the information here? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next article here, it seems like my boy Spyro is coming back, following in Crash's footsteps. Spyro, according to Kotaku, will be coming this year, a Spyro the Dragon Trilogy. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Spyro games. The original trilogy coming to the PlayStation 4 this year in Q3 2018 with a year-long exclusivity, and it could potentially come to other systems in the following year, so 2019, just like we got rumors that Crash Bandicoot will be coming to PC and Nintendo Switch this year. So yes, I do really like this in terms of Spyro. I've actually liked Spyro more than Crash. When I was a kid growing up, I never had a PlayStation until much later, and I didn't get a chance to play Spyro every single day or actually have the games, but I had friends who had PS1s and they had Spyro, and I used to go over to their house and we would take turns playing. It was fantastic. Spyro the Dragon is a great game that has great level design, really cool power-ups, and it just has a really quirky and nice story to it. I've always loved Spyro the Dragon, and it's interesting that Activision is doing the smart thing here and recognizing not everyone wants to just shoot people in Call of Duty or in Destiny all day. They're taking these older games, they're remastering them, they're making them look a lot better, play better, than bringing them out to a new audience with the Crash trilogy first, and now we have Spyro the Dragon. But remember guys, this is a rumor, but it's one of those rumors that they've been spot on when it comes to Kotaku when they're reporting on things. They've been spot on with this. I think they even got the Crash trilogy right before, so I'm not going to doubt them too much, but it is a rumor at this point, so we still have to wait and see, but I would bank on it happening. I've actually also had a few people say, you know what, this is probably going to be happening as well, so I'm going to go ahead and take their word for it in terms of their report. But Spyro the Dragon, man, this is awesome to see that they're going to be bringing this game back if this does turn out to be true. And I feel that a lot of people are really going to get into this one here. And I know what some of you guys are already going to be saying in the comment section. Well, is it going to come to Switch? What's going down with Switch? Something with Switch. And I think that just like Crash, which has been rumored and by credible sources, so I think just like Crash, I think Spyro's also going to come to Switch, but we're going to have to wait a little bit. We're going to have to wait till 2019. So I probably won't pick it up on the PS4, but I'll definitely get it if it ever does come to Nintendo Switch, which I think it will in 2019. I know Direct Feed Games also thinks that as well, that it will come to the Nintendo Switch in 2019. And they're about to find out, especially with the Crash trilogy, with the Nintendo Switch, when or if that does come out, they're going to see that there's a lot of Nintendo fans out there. There's a lot of Switch owners out there. They're going to buy that game. That could be the best-selling third-party game on the Nintendo Switch, overtaking Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle when that does drop, because I'm really excited to have Crash anywhere that I want. It's like awesome, man. That would be absolutely great. Who do you like more when it comes to the old school PlayStation 1 franchises? Do you like Crash more or do you like Spyro? Let me know your thoughts on this in terms of the article and who you like more in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, and moving on to the last article here, I want to talk about something, and I usually don't do this bringing in so many other YouTubers, but this has to do with someone that I work with. He's one of my peers, and that is Dreamcast Dude. I call him Dreamcast Dude. His name is Dreamcast Guy on Twitter. A lot of you guys are probably already subscribed or you've heard him on the Spawncast on Saturday nights, and I'm over there sometimes doing the podcast with them. He recently reviewed Dynasty Warriors 9, and he liked the game. He thought that the game was really good. He ended up giving the game a great score. I think he gave it like an 8.5. I was watching the video when I was at the gym, and when I went down to the comment section, it seemed like everyone said, oh, well, you're paid off to do this. What are you talking about? Jim Sterling, who's also a big time reviewer on YouTube, and he has his Jimquisition show and all of that stuff, said that this game sucks, and he's a huge Dynasty Warriors fan. So since he says that this game sucks, Dynasty Warriors 9, the newest one out on PS4 and Xbox One, apparently it's like an open world Dynasty Warriors game. Since he says it sucks, and since he's a longtime Dynasty Warriors fan, anybody who thinks that it doesn't suck, anybody who likes the game is an idiot, doesn't know what they're talking about, is being paid off. And this is something, like I said, even relates back to my channel. I've had people accuse me of doing that when it came to certain games. If I get a game for free, I've had people accuse me of saying, oh, well, you didn't buy the game, so you're paid off. And I'm like, all reviewers, or a lot of reviewers, get games for free in order to do things. So I just wanted to kind of mention this, because just because Jim Sterling, or a big reviewer or a big personality, says one thing about a game, that doesn't mean it's the be all end all for that game. And when it comes to anybody on here, and I watched the review that Dreamcast Guy had, and it was a great review. It was a fantastic review that I thought that was done really well, and it got me somewhat interested in the game. So the fact that he sits there and says that the game is an 8.5, I think that's the score he ended up giving it, yeah, 8.5, and that it's a good game, all of a sudden, seriously, like just like a tidal storm of people saying, oh, well, he said it was bad. So I really wish that people wouldn't do that. Each person is different. There are people who are going to like games that you don't like. There are going to be games that you don't like that some people do like, and that goes with reviewers as well. There are always going to be games, for example, like the Wonderful 101. I remember I gave that like a 9.5 or 9 point something. I gave it a really good score, and other people gave it really bad scores. Does that mean that the game is really bad? No, it just means that they didn't like it as much, and it means that I really like the game for its unique abilities and unique type of things that you can do in there. So every reviewer is different. Every reviewer has their own things that they like and they dislike. And even if it's a long time person who's played the series compared to a person who hasn't played this series as much, because that's pretty much what we're looking at here, that doesn't mean that that person who hasn't played the series before and likes Dynasty Warriors 9 is completely paid off or invalid or doesn't know what they're talking about. So I just wanted to bring that up, just one, because I think Dreamcast Guy is a great reviewer, and two, because I think that it's just something to learn on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys probably aren't going out there and doing that, but like I said, I just wanted to say this just for like the overall message out there, that every reviewer is going to be different. They're going to say certain things, they're going to think different things, and that's what makes these reviews and doing YouTube and doing content on the internet fun, because there's a lot of different opinions out there, and you can kind of see what you like and what you don't like and listen to different opinions on things. And I also want to say, this is no shots at Jim Sterling at all. This is no shots at him. I think that he does a great job over at what he's doing there. So that's my thought on the matter. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerSense across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube Live gaming page and consider supporting PlayerSense. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. We also are an official Twitch affiliate as well, so check out our Twitch channel if you like to watch live streams on there. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerSense for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.